Welcome to Moonlight Truth Studios. I'm Mama So. I am coming on behalf of the collective ancestors. The ancestors, there are a few energies that do want to come forward specifically, um, but it is not limited to. Okay, so this can be for you or for someone else. This is the deck that I'm going to utilize to get the archetype energy of the ancestor that wants, for someone here that needs to have these particular descriptives. So I have stuff everywhere, literally. I try to clean up my workspace and it still just gets a mess. Period. It still gets a mess. Maybe that's some of the energy that some of you are dealing with right now. I don't know. Let's go ahead, Supreme. Allow me to communicate clearly the messages for the ancestors of our greatest good and highest vibrations and what is needed to be communicated to their loved ones. So this really feels like the ancestors that you have known, yeah, seen, touched, heard, experienced. There's a familiar essence that some of you may notice you carry of them. You find certain moments where you catch yourself off guard or you see them within you, where you hear a laugh, like their laughter. And there's moments when you smell cologne or perfume. For some of you, this is not for everybody. This is just what I'm getting at this time. I'm hearing something specific. Coco Chanel and Aspen. Aspen for men, Aspen for women. All right, let's see what you want to communicate to your babies. Who's coming forward? The specific. Who needs the specifics? The angel. Well, the ancestors are our angels. Angel is just ancestors are an angelic being. They're starlight, stardust. They return back to source. So we definitely know that they're here, so they're here to help with something. There's a need, because I'm seeing the arms, as to crest. There's a foundation because I'm seeing the color red here as well within her shirt. Are those wings? The angel's wings protecting you. Those in need with no expectations of return. Detective in reverse and companion. This is conflicting, but okay. Detective in reverse, voyeurism, I don't know what that is. Falsifying information. Hello y'all. I don't get this. I don't get this because were you a detective? Did you work for the CIA? Or some type of secret service of some sort? And then this here, this companion, it's almost like, your intimate, your husband, your wife, your lover, however, because I'm seeing the same sex here, um, dedication, loyalty, faithful, true. There's a gesture or movement with their hair that you found attractive, or it stimulated you, it stimulated your senses, those natural animal instinct, is what I'm getting. I was a little caught off guard at first, especially with the detective. Like, how is this explaining that angels, yeah, our ancestors are our angels, but this is also outside of those that you've known, okay? The ancestors unknown, that have been some guardians for some time. Yeah, this person also might not have been very good um, at picking up on clues, picking up on the hint or something like that, especially with the detective being in reverse. It can be the, not telling the truth, or, would tell some white lies or whatever, or, would observe people a lot, but not for equality, but for the wrong reasons. Um, but I also see this as them that just wasn't very good at seeking out certain truths. Someone like they could someone could get over on them, because they wouldn't pick up on it. If you woke them up and said, "Hey, can I get such and such, or I'm going such and such, or I'm staying the night over such and such," and it's like you could get over on them. That's the type of feeling, like you could get over on them. Past one, get one past. I can't think of the words.
At this
Ancestors.
point within the message, my
I
ego
got issues
within the
because I'm
ancestral realm was really itching. And here we have a complete different
here
approach
we go.
within Reset to this whole
What do you
message. And this is my ego
ancestors of our
right
greatest
now
good?
that's
What is
communicating.
it that I mean that can't wait? It's not like I have a lot of people here on my channel, and people are going to get and receive these messages, but maybe 3 or 4 or 5. So they're not going to reach who they need to get to, are they? Not no time soon. So why can't this wait? These messages may not get to them for another year. See what I'm saying? Why is that coming out? I don't know. Love. These are my truths. New beginnings. I'm done. Ancestors, spirit guides, all in all. I'm going to bed. I ain't got time to be playing cards with y'all. I want to, but I'm tired. And I can't focus. I really can't. See how much light the candlelight truly provides? Yeah, that candlelight truly provides a lot of light, doesn't it? Like, for real. Come on. Come on now. My 4 pillars that I have.
Am I the only one that hears the sound? Listen close.
The ancestors just be having so much to say. They want to talk to y'all. They want to hear from y'all more than just the axings. This is the cosmos, energetic realms of all life and creation and existence that houses all of the information, the ancestors, the memories, the melanin, the beginning, the source, like, wants to communicate with y'all. And a lot of you can't even come out of the false narrative or come out of this false matrix and being stuck within the mundane, not willing to sacrifice certain things for your spiritual growth or for your, connection and or inquiring, about the heavens and how it's made, and how does this affect me, how does life after death, what do these dreams really all mean, why do I keep seeing these numbers, why do I keep having these experiences, what is this, that. Yo, but everybody just worried about chasing a dollar, paying this mortgage, paying this bill, paying this rent, buying these clothes, buying these shoes, getting this haircut, getting this hair, getting nails done. But not many are here on a true seek of thyself to return to their authentic self. And they mourn, the ancestors mourn this because they want to be resurrected. They want to return within life. But there's a certain level of consciousness within the lineage of the blood that needs to be changed first in order for their soul to return or to reincarnate for some of them, they're saying. So a lot of the angelics, the companion, they want to work with you. They want to assist you. They want to guide you within those spaces that you need assistance to search out the information, especially for those of you that don't really have a lot of living relatives around, or, to actually collect certain information that you need. So you have to connect to them or that realm and come out of the complete, thing of physical to connect with them in order to collect through your dreams or collect through your visions or collect through your audio. Everybody's situation is and how it comes to them is different. Those that want to dream but can't dream, that's because that part of the spirit you have shut down. Those doorways you have shut down that keeps you from being able to dream or keeps you from being able to hear your ancestors, or at least feel their energy or whatever the case may be. Okay. I'm hearing the rage and war. And this raging war is within the South. But yet, the way they're showing me is things on the outside are just not panning out or just not working out to the mass majority, especially those that are consistently pursuing that physical, mundane world and not checking within the self to connect with spirit, to connect with your ancestors, to connect with your guardians, your guides, your higher self. Some of you are just so oblivious to the totality of who you are that's living and walking on this earth today. You have no idea and what's above you. You don't even acknowledge the stars. You don't even acknowledge the planets. You don't even acknowledge the clouds. You only acknowledge the things within your bank account or the things within your possessions or things within, okay, forgetting. They're saying forgetting the hard sweat, the backs that these things are produced or who they're produced by, and the image in which that a lot of you are walking in, especially my Afrocentric women and even my Latinos with these curly, beautiful hairs that's going and straightening their natural hair, that is coiled, Afrocentric, but you're walking around looking like a Barbie, looking like a European, a Caucasian, these long nails that look like cat claws. Listen, gentlemen, clean cut, butt bald, only mustache, can't miss a day without shaving. White man, Caucasian, the Tamahu, the Yaku. But y'all can't see that you're taking on the image of these people, of these westernized people my Mexicans, my Hispanics, my Filipinos, all included, unless you're living a self-sufficient life. But still check yourself within your own image. Is it really you? Or is it the way of the suppressor? Those that want to be in control. Anywho, ancestors of our greatest good and our highest vibration. Is there any last words that you have for your baby? Pay attention to the false narrative. Pay attention to who it is that you see when you look in the mirror. When you take off all the haircuts, all the makeup, all the fancy clothes, all the jewelry, all the nails, what are you sitting with? What shame, what guilt are you trying to cover up? What ancestral trauma or egoic shadow are you trying to hide away from? The challenge of the ancestors is to stand in straight vulnerability and allow yourself to feel and see who you really are without all the makeup, without all the haircuts, without all the glitter, the glam, without all the technology. Who are you? What is your heart? What does your mind say? And what does your soul say? Good night. Until then, Moonlight Truths.